fighting for our lives, and it was nothing but just white, thick cloud of dust, and it was brutal.
This 136-unit building near Miami Beach came crashing down. Security video from a nearby condo capturing it all. It was a remarkable transformation. Here is the building before the collapse, and then after. A scene more reminiscent of Syria than South Florida. The scope of devastation fully revealed once the sun came up in his family's condo, making frequent calls to them. Champlain Towers South were built in 1981 in Surfside, just 6 miles north of Miami, 12 stories with 136 units. It housed a mix of year-round residents, snowbirds, and part-time renters. For decades, it stood against hurricane-force winds. But the big question remains, what caused this residential tower to fall? No signs of a sinkhole, no signs yet of a gas explosion. It's going to be a long and exhaustive search for the cause of the catastrophe.
The enormity of it was really quite shocking. They'll be looking in the field at the orientation of the debris, the way that it's broken, the way that the parts are stacked up against each other. You can use a lot of that material to really try to recreate how the initiation of the collapse occurred and then how it progressed. So it's a bit like taking a jigsaw puzzle that's in a pile and trying to put it back together again.
One of Surfside's commissioners saying the towers had been scrutinized in recent years. It was up for its 40-year recertification, and that construction of a nearby building had led to some issues with the Champlain Towers' garage.
To my understanding, there were some cracks from that project, minor cracks, but they were just patched up. Nothing, based on my understanding, to the magnitude that would indicate that there's a structural problem that could result in something so catastrophic.
According to the AP tonight, an inspector had been on scene as recently as yesterday for that recertification process. Investigators will likely look at other clues. A 2020 study out of Florida International University, which found that land in the Champlain Towers area had been sinking at an alarming rate during the 1990s.
I was shocked because we saw that the building moved 20, 30 years ago, which means that whatever caused the collapse didn't start this year. It started many years ago.
Every time we start breaching parts of the structure, we do get debris that falls on us.
Their moves precise and methodical to prevent further tragedy.
They assess the structure every hour. They conduct the assessments every time there's a weather shift. We place seismic devices on the building.
While first responders have heard sounds of banging, so far they haven't heard any more voices. But no one is giving up hope yet.
타고난 아파트를 거래하던 미국 부동산 업체가 올린 매물 정보입니다. 무너진 동은 40평대 콘도형, 사려면 가구당 우리 돈으로 7억 원 안팎입니다. 40년 전에 지었다고 돼 있습니다. 100년도 더 된 건물을 많이 리모델링하는 미국에선 노후화돼 무너졌다고 보기만은 어렵습니다. 아파트가 이미 밑으로 꺼지고 있었다는 주장이 나왔습니다. 1990년대 초반부터 붕괴될 조짐을 보였다는 겁니다.
The building was subsiding at a rate of 2 millimeters per year, which is pretty small. But it was noticeable because the rest of the area was pretty stable.
매립된 습지 위에 지은 해변가의 건물들에서 공통적으로 치마가 발견됐다며 내놓은 주장입니다. 더구나 이 아파트는 대대적인 보수 작업을 앞두고 있었던 걸로 파악됐습니다. 40년마다 안전성 심사를 통과해야 하는데 콘크리트와 철근에 손상이 많았기 때문입니다. 당시 지붕 수리부터 들어간 상태였습니다.
No matter how bad the concrete has gotten, nobody has ever seen anything like this occur as a result of spalling concrete.
외벽에 금이 갔다며 관리 부실로 2015년 소송에 휘말린 전력도 드러났습니다. 모두 인재일 가능성이 커 보이는 대목들입니다. 당국은 매몰자 수색이 끝나는 대로 붕괴된 원인을 집중 조사하기로 했습니다.